Hello. Needed a sip of coffee and a wake-up call. Ooh, been a busy day so far today. Well, so we are going to get going on some discovering whether instrument cables are bad or dead batteries in an instrument or the output jack on an instrument's bad. It's always the first thing I tell someone when they tell me that a cable is bad. Check a different cable, number one. Save yourself the agony. Which, in this case, is kind of what's happened, where the gentleman that owns all these cables, and there are a bunch of them, had purchased new cables. Unfortunately, spent quite a bit of money on them, and don't really know if he did himself any good by doing that. So we'll find out today. And the other thing that I would ask you all to do, I'm going to turn this light off. It's really annoying. I'm going to get a little bit dark here. If you take guitar cables, an instrument cable, into a tech to have them looked at or repaired or diagnosed or anything like that, number one, it's going to cost you a lot more to pay them to repair the cable than it will to buy a new one, so there's that. However, don't take them in all tangled up in a tangled mess. Hi, Charlie. This is just ultimately a service that I'm speaking for technicians like myself and gigging musicians who, under no uncertain circumstance, will I ever just wad up a cable and throw it in a bag or a suitcase or whatever. If you're rolling instrument cables, this is what they should look like when you bring them to a technician, right? And the way I do this method, you can roll them up however you want. Just make it organized. Here's a cable that, oh no, I take that back. This is the guitar cable that I use at my workbench that you guys have heard me play through. It's only about 6 feet long. I take that back. It's 10 feet long. And I fold mine in half. Fold them in half again and tie them in a knot. And you can sometimes get away with going another fold, but then they start to get a little messy. This is my method for rolling up instrument cables. And you end up with this that you can hang up, and when you want to undo it, you untie the knot and you drop the cable, and it just works. So save yourself the agony. Roll them up neatly. You'll take a little time, but you'll save yourself a whole shitload of time the next time you do a gig. So this one I'm going to get out of the way because I know it works. I've been using it at my bench for years. All right, so one other thing. Look what I have. Caps, resistors, more resistors, more resistors, more and more and more resistors, more caps. What is this? 0.1 microfarad at 450 volts. Let's see, what do I got here? I think these are 25. 10 nanofarad, whoa, at 600 volts. Yeah, we're building an amplifier, and you are looking at the parts that will be used in this amplifier. And I will be going through this order today to make sure that Mauser, who I ordered these parts from, got the order correct. And I'm seeing stuff that I don't necessarily think I ordered already. Charlie, how's that Larrabee holding up? And Rhodey, how's your old Paul Reed Smith? I think you play a Paul Reed Smith most of the time in your videos. Zach, welcome, brother. Chris Durham, hello. Yeah, resistance is futile. Yeah, oftentimes I think when you order like multitude of parts for amplifiers from places like Mauser. They don't always have someone experienced pulling the orders. So I've ordered multitudes of stuff, and I never order just one. This is something that I don't do. This is a 470 picofarad at 50 volts. So I'm guessing I'm going to have to go through all these parts and make sure that I can build an amplifier that I specified that I'm building. I should have some 25 microfarad. Those are the ones that 22. That would be right. I think I replaced that order. So lots to dig through today, but we're going to get started with checking these instrument cables. Now I have gone through and oh, there they are. 25 volt, 25 microfarad. Boom. Those are the ones I was looking for. I was making sure those are very specific caps. Cap it off. Yes, LP Studio. Okay, that's it. Forgive me. And it's red, correct? Yeah, Rudy. You have a red Les Paul Studio. Forgive me for making that mistake, man. My memory sucks. Of course, I work on so many guitars, it's easy for me to mistakenly call one out. Chris, thank you for being here. Zach, Rody, and all the others that are here. Yeah. Okay, so we'll take a look at all these cables that I was brought. So all of these cables are supposedly bad. My glasses out of the way. So he's got some, you know, definitely most cables will have what they are listed on them. Performance instrument cable. So they're definitely an instrument cable. I want to make sure none of these are speaker cables. Don't use a speaker cable for a guitar cable. It'll sound terrible. Oh, this one doesn't say what it is. This one is definitely an instrument cable. And it is a Fender. And it's got, you know, you can see damage to the cable right here. So that's a suspect thing, obviously. Let's see, that's 3, 4. This is another, what brand is this? Let's see. This is a PV cable. He probably bought this from our shop. These are generally very reliable cables, but I can see some repair work has likely been done on this one right here. And this one is a Pig Hog. Look at that big bad boy. And this is definitely an instrument cable. It says high performance instrument cable right there. And these Pig Hogs have been really reliable. They build them out of really big thick cables, and audio instrument cable right there. So we're going to start plugging these in. And the cool thing is that I have the gentleman's bass who, let's see, what are we doing here? Hang on just a moment. There we go. All right. Let's see. Chris, you hardly say much anyway, bro. And that's just fine. I'm hoping that one of these might be actually damaged. I'm guessing that they probably aren't, but we'll see. So I'm going to get you positioned here so I can start my venture on whether these things are actually broken or not. My little practice amp is turned on. Ooh, I got my roll of high quality paper towels fell on the floor. I'm going to roll these up and get these squared away. So here's the instrument that was brought to me by the owner of the cables. He brought this instrument in that had a bad 9-volt jack that had been broken, and it was draining batteries in this thing, and it had a really terrible tone because the battery was dead, and he had been changing the battery out thinking he was solving a problem, but the battery would go dead with just the bass being unplugged. There was something happening, a short obviously, in this instrument, and it has been repaired. And I've called the owner about some setup work that I feel I could do for him. But he's a very very good bass player, and so I'm not going to make any adjustments to the instrument, although I'm seeing some string action issues. So let's go ahead and plug this in. Cable works just fine. And plug it into the bass. Bad cable. This one has a bad end on it. At least this end. So we'll just mark it. We'll fix it here after a bit. Plug it back in. I've demoed that cable, at least that one end of it. This end of it feels just fine. I'm going to use my cable now that I know works. It's a very cheap cable, and see if we experience the same thing. Nope. Definitely a bad end on that other cable. That's great to find. So we did have a bad cable. It's not the output jack on the instrument. So, and it's cool that I've got this gentleman's instrument here that he uses when he's diagnosed or decided that maybe one or two of these cables was being used with this instrument, so I can make sure I'm kind of in his environment. I mean, the only real differences are the amplifier and such, and I know they work. And no glitchy glitch. So we know that other cable has a bad end on it. So now, how do we determine whether it's one end or the other end? Because I was just kind of woggling that cable around kind of randomly. Maybe the other end has a problem. What do you think? What do you think? Well, we'll just plug that cable in the opposite direction. Alright. Seems to work just fine. And I did put a brand new output jack into this instrument the other day also. It seemed to be a little glitchy, as if it had gotten set down on the jack, and wiggling it around, checking the wire, doing the same thing. So it definitely has an issue, and I can hear some noise from the other end. So we're going to fix this one. Definitely. And again, when these cables were brought to me, they were kind of brought to me in something kind of like this. So You know, when I got to them this morning, I had to untie knots. So they were something, you know, something like this when they were brought to me. Don't take this stuff to your guitar tech, please. Do yourself a favor and wrap them up nice and tidy. Because then I have to spend time doing this instead of working on your cable. Ah. Yeah, that will happen. Using a speaker cable as a guitar cable is a bad idea. You can swap an instrument cable for a speaker cable. That's no big deal. So definitely don't use a speaker cable for a guitar cable. Not recommended. No. Okay. Cool. So I'm going to just go through all these cables and check them out and see what's going on here. Again, I rolled this one up and you can see it just fell right apart. It's very nice and neatly organized, and yeah, and it's real easy to roll them up like that. I mean, it's just such a simple move. Fold them in half again. All right, let's see how this one does. Definitely got signal. You can hear my amp buzzing. Get you pointed down here a little better. I'm still working on my camera, man. That seems to be working just fine. We'll just reverse the cable and check it on this one. There we go. So we got a bad end on this one, and this one's been repaired before, so it's probably just a ground or a short happening inside there. And there's a lot of I can see some definitely a lot of corrosion. You can see the green coloration on the tip of that cable. Definitely bad. We'll fix this one. Alright. Isn't that fun? This gentleman that owns this bass, he plays at a local church in our community. We have a large religious population here in our community. I don't happen to be one, but that's cool. And he's a fantastic bass player. So he needs his equipment to be very reliable. He's playing 4 nights a week in some cases. And here I am rolling up this cable. It takes so long to make these things, you know, manageable, right? There you go. So there's 2. And we'll check out this good old-fashioned PV cable. See what's happening with this. Do I have signal? I do. It's working. Working good. Working just fine. Get my cameraman. I need to get that guy to quit drinking so much. Let's plug it in. copyright claim. I played A, G, and D, or A, D, and G, and got a claim for, they said that I was playing an AC/DC riff, which I wasn't. This one seems to be okay. Bass sounds fantastic. Testing cables. Let's check this end. And I would guess that in most cases, this end of this cable is definitely torn. So I'm hoping that we'll find a can't find a problem with this one. Hoping we'll find something, but this one I'm going to give it a good clean bill of health. Got to give it a good clean bill of health. I'm not finding any issues with this particular cable. So, you know, when you borrow something, always return it in better condition than it was brought to you as. Alright? See, this is how I kind of, they looked a lot like this when I received them. Just kind of tangled up and wadded up. Alright. See, I do this because I play live shows once in a while, and I have to unroll and roll up cables a lot. And if I have to work to get a cable undone, not a real happy camper. In fact, I think I've made this point before, but I was in a band in the not too distant past that I'm going to set that one over in the good pile. I played in a band in the not too distant past where if you didn't roll up the cable correctly, and everybody knew who did it, it was 50 bucks. So if there was a wadded up cable, number one, everybody in the band knew who did it, and it was always the bass player. It cost you 50 bucks. So basically you'd lose a third of your pay for the night in most cases. So that was a kind of fun way to make sure that stuff got wound up like this instead of a big old mess. And as you can see, I just drop it and it falls on the floor. It works great. Works great also for storage of the cables, for hanging them in a recording studio environment. And there, you know, of course, there's a multitude. You roll them up however you like, but this way I've found to be very efficient and keeps you busy. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm just giving these things a good run for their money, making sure that they all work. Careful. Oh my God. That was close. That was really close. Okay. Can I make this one? to. I've got two damaged, definitely two damaged cables. Definitely. That one's in good shape. We'll call it good. And we'll roll it up nice and tidy again. My knees hurt. Yep. Yeah, and I'll tell you, years of plumbing houses. My first day on the job, I learned how to roll up an extension cord. And if the extension cord after that moment landed in that truck in any other state than I was shown, it was serious. We would roll them up and then leave a nice long loop, take that loop and wrap it around the extension cord a couple times, poke it up through, and we had a nice little spot to hang them up. It was perfect. What a genius way to do it. You can do the same thing with your instrument cables if you choose to roll them up that way. Another really great idea, especially if you're in a gigging band, is to use for XLR cables and cables that will plug into the end, is use a extension cord roller. You can use it to roll your extension cords and your XLR cables, and a wheel. You just roll them up. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. You need a cable, you just start yanking on it, and it comes off of there and boop, falls on the floor. It's not tangled. Yeah, cool. Get something to eat. We're just having a wonderful, let's see, what day is it? Tuesday? Oh, and happy election day, everybody. Remember to get out and vote. If you don't live in a state where you've already mailed your vote in, definitely go to the voter boxes and get your vote turned in. Our democracy depends on it. It's why we are the United States of America. Okay. Got good signal. We got signal. We got signal. I can hear it. I can hear this bass talking to me. Love that low B. That's beautiful. Nothing wrong with that end. Let's check the other end. I don't like these cables with these, I'm not a fan of the springs on these because they do just what I just did, and I'll have to repair that now that I've broken that. That's kind of a joke. Put some, they would use just some normal shrink tubing on that. Much better idea. Let's see if the other end has the same issue or no issues. Wiggling, wiggling, wiggling. All right. Seems to be perfectly healthy. How you doing today, man?
Doing good.
All
I've
right.
never played one before, so I'm kind of...
Oh, cool. Well, welcome to the world of banjo.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, like I was saying, I've never played one before, so I'm...
Yeah. Do you play guitar or?
Yeah. A little
you,
bit.
you
Yeah.
do. Okay. Yeah. The concept's kind of the same, I guess. I'm not a very good banjo player at all. I work on them all the time, but
Yeah.
I wish I could say I could play one really well, but I can't.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at that bad boy and see if it needs anything special. That one's got the beautiful, that's mine.
How do you... Can I just use my guitar tuner for tuning the strings?
Absolutely. I'll show you how we do it here.
Okay.
Typically they're tuned to like an open,
I think you said it was an open G.
Yeah. That's the most common type of tuning. I got everything in the world out on my bench right at the moment. Sounds really nice. Sounds like it's pretty well in tune at the moment. We'll double check it. Oops. That's a mistake I always do as a guitar player. I'm trying to tune this string. Be really careful about that. That's an easy one to do because I've broken this string.
Yeah.
So this thing was pretty darn close.
So it's G, D...
G, D, G, B, G, D. I'll write it down for you.
G, D, G...
Yep. It's ultimately it's an open G major chord. G, D, G, B, D.
Okay.
In that order. And this is the top. We'll just call it top and bottom
Okay.
strings, and that's looking down at the instrument.
Okay.
So one thing I'm going to check right now is the intonation on this thing. Let me get this camera pointed over here. I'm shooting some video today, so I might as well get it.
Okay.
So you'll notice the thing's a little bit tilted here.
Mm-hmm.
And that has to do with the intonation of the instrument, so that your D
Just
note,
get your vibrations right.
the open note being in tune.
Okay.
Whoops. And then the 12th fret being in tune. That way when you're playing chords further up the fingerboard, if I move this saddle back a little bit, I could flatten that note out, and your chords up higher on the instrument will be out of tune. So if it does end up sitting at an angle, you want to pay close attention to where that's at, because they will move. They're not easy to move, but just fair warning.
Okay.
That this can move.
So if I'm
and
changing strings or anything, then don't.
You need to
mark it.
You can mark it, but even in that case, it's not necessarily the best thing to do. Usually when you change strings on a banjo, at least what I do, if I check it beforehand and it's intonated really well, I'll try and do 1 or 2 strings at a time.
Okay.
That way the bridge stays,
or the
bridge saddle stays.
Well, maybe what I'll do is I'll just bring it to you and have you.
And that was my that was going to be my next statement, was bring it in and we can make sure that it's done quickly and done correct. And darn close. So I just noticed that now the only two strings you really can check on this are these two.
Okay.
So I just noticed that this one is a little bit flat, and I'll fret the note at the 12th fret, the octave, and you'll notice it's a little bit flat on that tuner. And it's very, very close.
Probably close enough for what we're doing.
For the most part, yes. But what I'm going to do is just touch it. That tiny little movement is all. I mean, I can barely see it, but. And that's all it took. That's so close. I don't want to. And the other thing is that the internal strings, there's nothing you can do about those ones. You measure the outside ones, and you can check it on those, but that's all part of the fun of doing this sort of stuff. Let me see. And the string action, I think I set this up when this one came in because it's perfect.
You must have set it up then.
Terry, how's it going?
Did you hear that whistle tooting all the way through too?
I did. That's blowing his own horn, man. But then again, to be fair, if he doesn't, who will?
I'm going to check the neck relief real quick just to make sure we got. Could use a little more neck relief, but let me check the frets and make sure we don't have any fret buzz. Man, that's clear. One little flat note right there.
I probably won't even be playing it up there, so it doesn't matter.
Well, give me a second. Yeah. I love hitting instruments with a hammer. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm just gonna. Can't live with myself. Yeah, that one's kind of splatty, we call it. That one's much clearer. So it's telling me that this fret is a little bit tall. Like I said, I love hitting instruments with a hammer. Still a little splatty. And I can see that fret is definitely lifted right there. And it's a brass hammer, so the metal's softer, so it won't ding up your. Now this one's splatty, of course. And that's called chasing frets, which usually happens. It's very common with new instruments. I'm just gonna go ahead.
My favorite guitar that I have, I've got one of the. I've got an Epiphone Dove. It's a knockoff of the Gibson, of course, but it's a gorgeous guitar. It's one of the sunburst color ones, and it just plays so nice, and it's an acoustic electric. I love that thing. that's more than I can do.
What's that?
I said that's more than I can do on it. Like I was saying, like I was telling him what I'm going to do is during the winter time I don't have anything to do outside. It gets too cold, so I just sit down and play instruments. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, maybe I'll learn a new one this winter.
Perfect. Well, a lot of guys use finger picks. When they'll use somebody to watch, Steve Martin. Do you know Steve? Remember Steve Martin, Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
He's one of the best banjo players of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I've
you're
seen him
aware
play
of that.
before,
Okay.
yeah.
And you'll watch, he'll have metal finger picks on his fingers, and usually a thumb pick, I think, that he uses. So he's got his thumb going, and then he's doing the whole Travis picking style with his fingers. So that might be something to think about. Also, getting some finger picks so that you can accomplish that. You're certainly fine playing with your bare fingers.
Yeah, I'm just learning. I don't want to deafen everybody in the house.
Right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I think this thing is as good as gold right now. If you're gonna play standing, they do make banjo straps that will clip onto these hooks. There's one here and one here.
Okay.
So if you want to stand and play,
Yeah.
these are somewhat difficult to sit and play with because of the roundness of it. You end up wobbling a little.
I think I'm just going to start with the instrument today.
Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna hand that back to you. Oh, you got the old piece there.
Bag too, just to make sure that I don't beat the hell out of it.
All right. There you go. Keep it dry.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's see if it'll fit.
Get it in there? Yeah. That's the bag it came with.
Oh yeah.
And it was a tight fit. I remember we got that in. I was like,
no,
geez. They didn't.
But they don't mess around, do they?
You know, and with tuning that thing up, every once in a while, give the strings a little tug, not to break them, but just to stretch them a little bit and get
stretch them out.
Yeah, if you start finding, because I did give them a little tug, but they're not. I don't think they're like fully. You haven't gotten all of the stretch out of those strings.
Okay.
So don't hesitate. You know, if you're noticing you're having to tune a lot, give them a little tug, cinch them up, and get all that stretch out of that metal.
All right, man. Well, thank you.
Right on.
Appreciate it.
Have fun,
Take
man.
care.
Congratulations on your
see
new
how that
instrument.
is.
Woohoo! Banjo. Let's see. Hi, Sean. Welcome. Looks like, hey, Justin's here. Oh, and Richard. Welcome. Yeah. Terry. Is that it?
That's it. That's it. If you got a headphones that you got around here that you can use.
Is it Bluetooth connect?
Come on. There you go. Yeah.
Chart.
And it's it Bluetooth connects, or you can that directly into your recorder, or just a headphone thing. But plug in any guitar you want, and put the headphones on and just play around with it. I've got a list here of all the different settings.
How can I? I guess I could hook this up.
Just put it up to your headphones.
I don't have a set of headphones here. Every set of headphones I have is Bluetooth, of course. On my phone, I wonder.
You got a powered speaker someplace you can plug it into? How about this guy?
My amp.
Well, if it takes a pin jack on one end.
Yeah, hang on. We'll get it. I need an adapter for this. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Oh, and just say hello to everybody. There's
hello, everybody.
18 people out here. 18 million people watching right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're both of them.
Yeah. Everybody say hi to Terry.
Hi, Terry.
This guy's been coming into our shop long before I worked here. Hang on just a second. Let me go. I'm gonna go get a 1/4 inch by RCA.
See you later.
You say, fuck that. All right. So, plug that into the guitar, And I'll plug this into the amp. Should work. Okay, so, oh my goodness. So that, okay.
It's going to be short.
Yep, it'll be a little bit short. Let me grab see if I have a guitar, a git fiddle laying around here someplace.
In here?
In a guitar shop?
In a guitar store? How could that happen?
I'm not going to plug a bass into it. That would be sacrilege. Let me go see what I've got out here, Terry. Oh, which one of these bad boys do I want to destroy here? You got to destroy something? I grabbed one of the humbuckers, Terry. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
They all work well.
Yeah. Humbuckers is louder. All right.
As they say in the world, louder is not always better.
Okay, so what we're doing here is trying out this. I'm giving this little Mustang Micro amp sim ultimately a try.
I'll wait till you plug it. I'll plug it in.
Yeah, let's see if we get some signal.
Okay.
Woo! All right.
There's a volume knob on it as well.
On the cape
on the unit itself.
Okay.
Right on the face of it.
Oh. So I can turn it all the way off. Get nothing. Okay. Let me point. Let's see. So. Ooh, it's guitar really nicely.
Set up by Marshall.
I
Set up by Marshall.
Oh, it was close.
Yeah, it was in the same century.
That was E-demented.
G demolished.
E-demolished. When are you playing again, Terry? You got
Wednesday, Earl and I are doing a duo at the Senior Center. Friday, I'm in Plum Cellars in Walla Walla, and Saturday, I'm back at the Senior Center doing a dance for the seniors.
Oh. And you and Earl playing together?
Yeah, that's for this one, and then the one up there, I'm using Ralph and Emilio for the one up in Walla Walla.
Nice. And
I'm gonna turn Push the little buttons on the side, the one that's closest to this end. Yeah, like this.
amp?
Yeah, take this one and it changes the amp simulations.
Yeah.
Here's the list of the
Oh, that's
here's
beautiful.
the list of the amp simulations.
65, so blues, 60 British, the effects, holy, modulated. I need chorus, delay, reverb, flanger.
Okay, what color? there's,
All of them. No, I'm joking.
Try any of them.
Let's see. Slapback delay, tape delay, and reverb. So
And the
green.
little color coding is what tells you when it is.
Okay, so that's green. That should be, well, it might be a modulated. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Or you can and you can turn the effect up and down here.
The modify button. Okay. So blue. Whoop. And there's a light green tape delay. Oh no, that might be. Flanger and reverb. Ooh, there's nice.
I don't know what amp you
Sounds like. Wow.
Then on the one that's dark blue, hit it 2 times on the left side.
1, 2.
You see the green? That is a 57, I think, with the tube screamer.
57 twin.
With the tube screamer.
Green green box, 65 Deluxe green box.
Yeah, kind of, you have to romp on it a little bit to get it to kick on.
Get them all memorized. You know what color you're at.
Not all of them. Not all of them. I've only been using it for about a week.
So there's. Oh, that's a nice slapback. Look, I mean, it's real subtle. Let's see. Wow, that's cool. Let's check the tape delay. This should be tape delay. That's one of my favorite. I love that.
Even with the noise associated with being in a room full of fluorescent lights, it ain't that bad.
It's not that noisy. So this just plugs straight into your guitar, and you just go out from the headphone jack into a mixing console.
Into a mixing console or a powered speaker, either one. Or you can Bluetooth it, or you can USB. You can USB directly into your recording console and use it as an import device.
Yes. Wow. Very cool. So so if I want to bypass the effects, is there a way to totally bypass them?
Yeah, just
modify.
Turn it all the way down to nothing.
Okay, so now just bone dry. So now we can get you guys pointed down here at the action.
Just power down through all the different amps that are in.
Yeah, and check out all these amps that they've got in this thing. This is really super cool.
$100
for $100, and you're doing gigs with this thing.
Yeah, I am.
And it's just no more carrying an amp or a speaker.
Right stage.
Yep. You have your PA and
headphones
if you want. Yeah. And you wouldn't even have to do that if you just ran a powered monitor, correct, or whatever.
Yeah. Set up by Marshall.
Alright, so what amp do we have going here?
I don't know, what color is the light?
Let's see. Oh, that was that 65 Deluxe greenback.
Yeah, try the one that is. Try that one right there. Whatever color is that? Orange.
Bass break. Ooh, orange, blue, green, kind of a light blue. Ooh, that's high gain.
It is. You can just turn the volume on the unit or something.
There's another high gain.
Fluorescent lights, folks.
Yeah, that's probably it. Amp red. 65 Deluxe. This is so from the top down, a 65 twin with a little compression, and it definitely has a compressor on it. I can feel
but
it.
it has that same amp sound. At least it does to me.
And then this would be a. Let's see. That's a twin with a comp. Sorry, 65 twin. So 65 Deluxe. A little bit of grit. That's kind of nice. 57 twin. Here we go. Yeah. That's as twin as it gets.
Like I said, $100 worth.
What do you think? Anyway, see, that was a twin. That was one of the first jazz tunes that I learned playing through a twin reverb. It wasn't a 57, but. And this would be a 60s British amp. So what?
Yeah, it's a Vox 30,
Vox.
AC 30. If you have it turned all the way up, when you have the unit turned all the way up, then your volume control becomes the master, so that you can have, if you want more dirt, you just turn your guitar up. If you want less dirt, you just turn your guitar back.
So I've got them both beamed right now. Oh, totally. Wow. Wow. Dude, that's cool. That's a 65 or 60s British 65 Deluxe with green box. This is the one you were saying. Oh,
Probably, that's my go-to for soloing sound.
yeah. Man, it's got some balls and you roll the volume off. Definitely, man, it's like totally. Wow, 70s British. This should be a 70s British. More of that plexi ultimately. Or what were the JMBs?
Orange? Maybe orange?
Orange, yeah. Yeah, maybe so. Let's see, I don't know. 70s British. 90s American. Let's hear this. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Mesa. Fender, what was that? The Butcher. Let's see, sounds kind of like a Mesa. Of course, we went through this little toy amplifier here, so we're not going to like the high gain stuff. Bass breaker 15. Yeah. Just checking, going through just the amp sound. High gain stuff in this. Those first ones were super cool. Now this next one's supposed to be Metal 2000.
I don't have anything to compare it with in my head, because I don't do that stuff.
We need noise. Oh yeah.
We need noise!
There's some metal for you. Good lord. I'm gonna get a copyright strike for that, probably. Uber, what's Uber?
Don't know.
Here we go, Uber. Let's hear it. Another Uber stall, I think it's what they're called. Uber stall. Nice gate on that too. I mean, of course I love metal tones, but I like to hide behind my distortion. That way nobody can hear how really truly shitty of a guitar
If you get to the
player I am.
very end of it, you'll find out where there's a clean studio setup.
Yeah, I see that. That's looking. I'm right there. It's Ubershaw, I think is what Uber stands for. I could be wrong on that name. So, studio preamp.
Acoustic guitar through it sounds just as good, and so does the bass.
That just sounds fantastic. Let's.
I mean, absolutely no effect whatsoever. Just
No.
dry straight into the little thing there.
Yeah, and the effects are totally mixed off.
I have them all the way off.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit the plus on that side,
Yeah.
and they'll start coming back in again.
Okay. and red would be fully wet.
Yeah.
So let's go back to 0, like the purple. And you guys check this out. This is what the display looks like. I know it's upside down to you right now, so you'll flip your computer monitor,
Yeah.
turn your head sideways. But as you push these buttons, the LEDs change color. And this is the device that Terry purchased for 99 bucks.
$100.
100 bucks at Sweetwater.
Yep.
Wow.
Let's keep it down over here.
He's trying to
Sounds like a
imitate.
damn rock and roll store.
He's like that guy. He's like that guy at one of the big name, big box stores that's sitting in the corner making all that noise.
No.
There he is, right there.
Wow. This
I'm
thing
all
is
for it, actually.
This thing is cool, Mike. Check out. Oh, there we go. We can flip it around for you. I know you probably can't see it real well, but
And he mentioned that the other day. If you want one, go ahead and get them. We probably gonna have to sell them for a little more.
Yeah.
but-
yeah, but somebody could certainly try it out.
Yeah.
Or,
Yep.
So-
or
Cool little unit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Because I couldn't find a great deal on it.
yeah.
That's.
Well,
But I'm not opposed to it at all.
yeah.
If you want
yeah.
it, get it.
Okay. Well, let's turn the effects.
I was gonna tell you something, but now I can't remember. It wasn't important.
Oh.
It was not important, or I
Okay.
would have written it down.
There also is a computer software program that goes with it that lets you go in and adjust
You
the
can
presets.
adjust the tempos of
Yeah.
delays and things like that.
Yeah. You can do it from your phone or laptop or whatever you're
Good
doing.
grief. So, Terry,
Got
this
enough?
that is super cool. And it just powers on and off. You just turn it on and off. And you charge it with a normal
USB-C.
USB. What kind of charge will this hold?
5.5 hours.
5.5. Okay.
So I'm doing 2-hour gigs most times, so I can use it 2 different days and still be good.
Yeah. It's about the same as one of those Bluetooth wireless units, which you couldn't use them simultaneously, but wow. And what will happen next, my prediction with this device is that, let me see, so it goes
Yeah, you
like
got
that to store, or the opposite. They will make it Bluetooth capable,
it. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
if they haven't
Yeah,
already.
actually, it is Bluetooth capable.
Oh.
I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet.
Okay.
Because it's set up for Bluetooth headphones. I've got a Bluetooth,
Yeah.
that Bose S1 cabinet is Bluetooth accessible. I just haven't figured out how to get to talk to it yet. There's a way to do it. I'm not smart enough.
Now, another question about that, which we don't have the opportunity to see it, but is it stereo?
Yes.
It's the signal going out is
Yeah.
stereo.
Yeah.
So you get this beautiful, lush stereo
Yeah,
verbs and stuff.
there's some of
happening.
the. Gotta take that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
There's the harmonic tremolo and reverb is stereo. Snapback
Okay.
delay is stereo.
And delay.
And the chorus delay and reverb is stereo.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah,
all
that-
stereo. There's some of them are. but
Yeah.
Who plays in stereo when you're live anyway?
Well, with 2 guitars, it's kind of nice to pan one over to the left and one over to the right, but then you're
No,
still
but I mean,
playing
when
in
you're
mono.
playing live, who cares?
Right.
There's that one guy standing right there in the audience
In the
who's
middle.
at the sweet spot. He goes, "Oh, stereo!"
Wow.
This guy over here goes, "Yeah, sounds pretty good, man."
I can't hear that.
Can't
The
hear
other
that
guitar
other
player,
guy,
man.
He said, "Yeah, you sounded great. He sucks."
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I thought you
Thanks
might
for
enjoy
bringing that in, Terry. That's cool.
I thought you might enjoy it.
Very cool.
See you later.
Yay. Have a great day.
Hey.
Cool, cool. Wow. All right. Well, that was cool. It was a little Fender Mustang device. Okay. Micro headphone amp. Yeah, cool. God, for $100. Pretty interesting little device. Didn't feel real solid with respect to didn't feel real solid with respect to the construction, but yeah, it was really super fun, and I could see having the app, on the phone or something to be able to adjust the tones that you were getting out of it, to turn the gain up and down and stuff. Usually down on those, but most guys just turn the gain up to 11 and call it a day. All right. Oh, dude, I'll bet. Yeah, Gary. Welcome, Gary. It's good to see you. Um, very cool little device. That'd be kind of fun for me to have one here at my bench, and then I could be able to demo through some high gain stuff and clean and have multiple different tones. Although I got a couple pedals on the floor. What more do I need? I need a tube screamer, right? Let me go put this guitar away. We'll get back to testing cables.
This is Mike from the Wasteland.
That was cool. Very, very cool.
Asked her if she would like the full band or the acoustic show or both. Are you still there?
Well, I'll be dipped. That was kind of fun. Unexpected visit from my boy Terry. That guy is such a cool dude. I've done some gigs with him. We did like some old school cover stuff.
Order a new phone system.
What's the phone keeps cutting off?
Yeah.
Try take this one. Just swap it out.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, this handset looks strange. Okay. I think I can solve this.
Oh, okay. The other one's doing it too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, now I get the fixed phones. Yeehaw.
Okay.
Which
Marshall thinks he's fixed this one, and he's working on the other two. So just
unplug it and plug it back in.
Mike from the Wasteland King.
It's often the solve for these.
Okay, and
Turn that off.
tell them that we.
It looks
just say,
strange.
we have a full band show and an acoustic show.
Let me see. Settings.
Would love to get going.
Huh?
That's it, Mike.
Settings. Do I look cross-eyed and confused now?
Or if she has
Select.
any special dates in
Ketone.
mind.
Set date and time. Oh, I wonder, dial mode. Set date and time. What is the date? Today is 11. What is the 7th, 8th? It's 8th. It's election day in the United States, and it's 2022, right? 22. Set time. What time is it? Somebody know what time? Tell me what time it is where you are.
Yeah, that handset works flawlessly.
Hey Doc, what's that? What's that?
That one works flawlessly.
Did it?
Yeah, if you can.
I'm going through setting this one up.
Oh,
The displays have changed on these because I wonder it's because of daylight savings time. If they went, which happened Sunday. Yeah, it seemed like yesterday it was cutting out on you also.
It's been doing it since like last Friday. You're gonna be talking, all of a sudden it'll go dead. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
So if you can, I'm thrilled.
This is the one that was at the up front. Okay. All right.
If you can fix them, I'd be thrilled.
Okay. I'm gonna do my best. Settings. Select. Set date and time. I already set the date. 11. Set 08. Set 22. Set time. I'm gonna check my nuclear, subnuclear radiation fall time. It's 1:16. What's the time? Let's see. 01. 16. Oh no. Let's go back. Select. Oh my God. These are a joke. 11. Set. 08. Set. 22. Now I don't know. Is this military time? it's 01 set 17 here in the northwest. Set clear set. Okay, let's see, home area code, dial mode. Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, there we go. We'll see. We shall see. I think I fixed it. Interesting. We actually do use landlines here still. Oh, pizza, Zach, you lucky dog. 116. Ha ha! I got you. 13, 17. Yep. Yeah, a bag phone from 1980. What the hell were those? The clear ones? Bag phone? I don't remember what that is. I mean, I was in high school in 1989. I graduated in 1989. Wow. God damn, I'm old. Holy smokes. And not to offend anybody who might be a lot older than me, let's see. So, we got amplifier parts. This plastic bag will turn a bag phone. This will turn into an amplifier here before too long. I'm hoping by Tuesday of next week I might have a working amplifier. Yeah, the brick phones. There you go, Preston. Welcome, Preston. I didn't even say hello, or Falcro. I didn't. I don't know if I said hello to everyone yet, and if I haven't, please forgive me. Let's check this cable. This is a Pig Hog, which these cables have been just absolutely fabulous for me. And again, I rolled these up nice and neat so that when I drop them, they fall apart like that, and then you can, you know. Again, we're on a cable rolling trip here. Let's see, I got my amp plugged back in. My camera guy is probably not drunk now today because he seems to be doing his job pretty well. Plug that into there. Oop, there's a skittle. And then we'll plug this. Do I have no signal? Ooh, this cable might actually be dead. Dead. Make sure everything's working. That cable might actually be dead. Just make sure my amp. Let me plug it into an instrument. Ooh, we got a dead one here. Totally dead. No? I better double check my signal chain. Make sure I have it. Nope, that one's hot. So, that works. Oh, isn't that your favorite sound? Okay. So what's happening here? Something come unplugged? No. Yeah, so the Pig Hog is dead hog. So we're gonna have to investigate this one. But before we do that, we're gonna roll it up proper. Just again, fold it in half. Fold it in half. Fold it in half again. And tie it in a sissy knot, which most bass players are capable of even. There's that. This one's busted. Let me mark it. I don't know which end. I got no signal out of this one, so we'll figure that out. We'll figure out which end is which. Which end is which. There we go. And one last cable. I think, yeah, this is my own little cable that we tested earlier, just to, you know, make sure that I had, you know, the cable that I've been using here at my bench for I don't know how long, 7 years or so. Yeah. Isn't that fun? All right. And we'll check this cable one last time, just to make certain that my cable that I use works and that it doesn't have any glitches. Wiggling the end of the cable. Fantastically. So we've determined definitely that 3 of the cables that my friend Angelo brought in are definitely bad cables. So I have some soldering to get to, and again I want to check on it's 124. Let's go ahead and dig into one of these. So we know that this one particular cable, and I'm busting out the soldering gun. Here it is. This one. It's on now. We're gonna start to dig into this cable, see what's going on here. So this end was the one that was suspect, and you can see that at this point it's been repaired before. It looks like both ends of this might have had some repair work done. I can't tell you precisely. Let's see what's going on in here. Let's open her up. Now I definitely see a lot of green, what appears to be corrosive or oxidation on that. Let's open her up. Take a look. That's what's wrong. Let me double check the other end of this. See what happens when we. Yep. So this cable, the end of it, you'll notice that it's spinning. And this one, which seemed to work just fine, does not spin. So something's broken in here on the other end of it. So we're going to replace that end on it. And something I do often recommend with broken cables, if you discover that one of your cables is broken, here's a really good policy. The moment you discover that it's broken, do that. Because now you won't go to a gig and grab this fucking cable that was already broke, that you knew was broke, and plug it in and it doesn't work, and now you gotta waste your time fucking with that. Fix it. Cut the end of it off. That's what I do. I mean, it may not work for everybody, but it works for me. No, let's see. We got some new ends here. I got some new ends. And I'm gonna see. I want to see. Look at all this old beautiful wire. Isn't that cool? Probably some of that will get used in the new amp that I'm building. So let's see if one of these will solve the problem. And I also want to see if the old jacket will thread onto the new piece. So I'm going to pull this off of here. Remind me to put this back on there before I put it all back together again. And yes, it does. So I'm going to use the original jacket so that the ends of this cable look the same. Isn't that cool? The actual tip that I'm using on this one is slightly different, but I'm okay with that. So let's get busy. Let's get busy soldering. Yeah, that's interesting that you would bring that up. Let me check. Solder. Yeah, exactly. I'm going. You would have bought a dog pie. Doc's a trust fund baby. That must be what it is. Oh, anybody who buys a Mogami cable is an absolute idiot. I, I mean, no, no, I don't mean to insult you, Doc, but what a waste of money. I have the same. I believe it's a D'Addario guitar cable. I've been using it. It's gold in color, so it looks really super sexy. And I've been using it. I bought it, it was actually a Christmas gift from my ex-wife. I believe 1995 was when that came into my possession. Still works to this day. It was a D'Addario or DiMarzio. Can't remember what brand. Mogami. God, really, dude? Those cables have time and time again been proven to not be better than other cables, unless Mogami's doing the demo. Slightly bigger, yeah. I've encountered cables that, like a 1/4-inch guitar cable that isn't truly. Oop! I cut that ground completely off of there. I knew I was doing that. Look at that. I'm gonna have to start over again. Doggone it. And these, let me get my scissors. These cables with these fabric coatings, they can be a little bit tricky to get stripped properly. Let me try this. I'm trying. I've repaired a couple of these, and as I recall, I did something like this where I taped it and then cut through the fabric, and it seemed to have done a much better job being able to cut through the fabric and get it all in one nice straight cut. Being careful not to cut through the ground inside here. This can be a little bit tricky. Hopefully my head isn't right in the middle of the movie. I think we've done it. Boom. Look at that, nice and tidy. Didn't cut through the ground. I got way more wire sticking out here than I actually need. We'll get it. Oh, and here's this stuff. I use a little. I have this little ice pick tool here. Probably couldn't even see me do that. This little ice pick thing that allows me to get in there and kind of spread it out. Spread them. There we go. Get these things unwrapped. I realize that I don't have tits and I'm not very good looking, so if you got better things to watch on YouTube, go ahead. Watch them. What'd you say, Justin? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Look, yeah, the crackling hum. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Cool. Oh, let's turn that annoying amp off. There we go. So, I'm gonna try and keep you guys in the where the works. My cameraman is just, he sucks, man. I mean, okay. So let's take a look at the end. There we go. Make sure I don't get my ends messed up. Alright, now, here's a very important, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit this with a, actually, probably do that with this. Yep. I'm just gonna singe the ends of this a little bit so that the fabric doesn't all come unwound off of this. We'll see how this works. I have no idea if this is gonna be a, if this is like a stupid idea, or maybe not. There we go. That seemed to have worked fantastically. That worked fan-stinking-tastically. Hopefully you learned something today. And if that's all, that's all you learned. You just learned something kind of cool when you're fixing cables that are have the. That's kind of neat. I just learned something also. Okay, so we want to take a look at how long our contacts are. I have way too much wire exposed here, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim this off a little bit. These beautiful little sharp blue handled wire cutters are just fantastic. And you don't want to leave a whole lot of excess wire on these connections where you're repairing a guitar cable. They don't need a whole lot. They don't need a whole lot of exposure. So now what we'll do is we'll get our 70s era, like 99% lead solder with a little bit of acid in the core, just for the LSD fans. Oh, I gotta clean my soldering gun. I got plastic on it. Look at that. Just shines right back up. Use the brass bits for that. Tin the gun a little bit. Ooh, that smoke smells awesome. Get yourself one of these if you're going to be doing much soldering. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and tin this. Looking good. And often these jacks have very, very small holes drilled through them. That will certainly fit through there. So next thing I'm going to do is scrape the crud that they coat these with off of here so that I can get a good solid solder joint, because that's what they do. Being very careful not to poke my razor blade through my finger, or into my finger I should say. Alright, Now, go ahead and hopefully you could see me doing that. My camera guy sucks. I think I've said that multiple times. He's horrible.
I've talked to you. Yeah. I'm just not sure. Totally. I just don't know the status, and I'm not sure. We'll find out.
Okay. Got a nice glob of solder on there for our ground. And now this thing will be a little bit hot. So I'm going to grab my extra set of hands. Let's get this wire soldered proper. I'm going to tin the lead wire. There we go.
He had some, I think some gear here, Marshall, that I don't know if you or Stu are looking at, but I don't know the status of it. I think Stu's been kind of working on it, but see if you know anything about it.
Okay.
And then if not, I'll find out tomorrow.
It's a Yamaha NS1000. It's the biggest speaker and the heaviest you've got in here. I brought it in to get it repaired, and he said, "Yeah, can't buy the speaker if you want to. It's big money, but I can put another one just like it."
Okay.
About that tall, black.
And it was just one single speaker?
Yeah.
That is out.
About 4 months ago.
Okay.
Anyway, I'll
No.
rough around about it.
I haven't worked on that at all.
It's a big fellow.
Yeah. Stu was the one working on it, and
I haven't pushed him, but I've just asked.
Okay.
And he, after about 3 months, he said, "You don't want me to fix it, you can just take it back." Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
and I'm not 100% certain why he wouldn't have moved more forward on it.
Or at least give me a call or something.
Let me
I don't know. He said he got the speaker, so.
I'm gonna take.
I don't like to complain.
Hang on just a moment.
I don't go whine around about shit.
No, I get you, bro.
Turntable,
Yeah.
the speakers. Oh, I had the badass. I couldn't afford that shit, but I did it anyway, and that's that many years ago.
Yeah.
This one just
And
great.
Can you the driver, the big speaker in that thing was blown, is what the diagnosis
One
was?
of them was.
Okay.
I don't remember which one it was.
Okay.
He said it could be a couple $100 to fix it. Probably not that much, but could be a couple hundred. I just had them so long.
Okay.
And I still have the other one that works. I thought, let's do it.
Okay. I'm going to see Stu tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I will immediately bring that to his attention, and we'll see if we can get something solved. And if it means I have to get involved and help order parts or whatever, I will call you with any details and let you know kind of dollar amounts, and we'll get that thing back to you ASAP.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, forgive me. I didn't really have anything to do with that.
And I didn't go around him.
Sure.
I don't do that either.
No.
I'd just be at the bank, or I'd come up and see him out there and go chat with him. Just nice. Hey, how we looking?
Do you live here in town?
I'm telling, little punk boy.
No, I don't think that at all.
No, I live in Elgin.
You're in Elgin. Okay. Okay. So give me a little bit of time tomorrow, and I'll dive into it immediately.
Like I say, I've been about 4 months, so
yeah.
Some while longer is not going to knock me out.
Yeah, and
it's not. I want it now.
Well, Stu has, and no excuses, but Stu has been buried in stuff. So it's probably why he hasn't brought it to my attention and asked me to help him with that. So that's.
Sorry, I interrupted. That's my specialty. Can we get your car in here Friday?
I've got the truck outside. That's all I drive pretty much. Friday. I think
he
So-
can't look at it right now. I just
Oh,
want to look.
sure, no, yeah, I get it.
And then he
Yeah.
has a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Oh, yeah,
And so, but I could look at Friday at
that's
2
pretty
o'clock.
early. Okay, let's write that down.
Yeah, I'll put it up. Come on.
Thanks,
Okay,
man.
JD, I'll be in touch tomorrow.
Thanks, man, appreciate it.
Yep.
And if you call me at 1 minute after 11 tomorrow, I'll know something's going on. And Marshall's on it too.
My
so.
boss is so funny.
Yeah, he just said, I just ran out and talked to Chris, and he said, if the room starts, I don't want to rush it. So, I said, okay, I'll find a slot.
There we go.
Okay, call
Sure, and we've got full penetration there. Yes, I said penetration. Now, we got to get the ground. Make a little twisty twist in this. Probably should have pushed that ground down a little bit further. And as you can see, I've got good contact there. And so I'm going to do what I can here. And again, this is a situation where if you want a wire to go one direction, it will absolutely go the opposite direction you want it to go while you're working on it. I'm going to give them a little pinch here, hold it in place. Alright, so you can see I've got good contact here with the ground and the lead on that, so I'm going to start laying down the solder. Here we go, and I don't know if my cameraman has everything in focus and visually acceptable for your viewing pleasure. Boom. I said boom. And we now have a repaired guitar cable. And let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to go ahead and screw the end back on it, the sleeve. Let's see if it works. What do you say? It's just that simple. It probably will. So we're going to go ahead and plug this end into the instrument. There we go. And plug this end into my massive foot pedal array. You should see these foot pedals that I got going down here, man. It's amazing. And we love running bass through foot pedals. And do we have sound now? I think we do. Does anything happen when I wiggle that? Nope. And I'm not being nice. Ooh, that's digging that. Am I blowing that microphone up? There's one in the books. We got two more. So a little bit of a guitar cable repair today. Yay! Bringing some guitar cables back to life. It's kind of fun. Haha, Doc. Doc, you don't gig, do you? You don't play gigs. You don't play live music anymore, would be my question. Mogami cables do break. I worked at Guitar Center. I beg to differ. They will and they do. Especially if you're a live, a gigging musician who, you know, set your bass down or your guitar down. They're not, there's maybe a cable on the space shuttle wouldn't break. That might be one that wouldn't break. But I beg to differ with you, Doc, on that accord. I bought those live wire cables from, in fact, I still have 3 of them on my pedal board that I bought in 2009, I think, when I was working there. Got really good deals on them, and they work today like the day I bought them. They sound fantastic. No RF interference. Of course, they're instrument cables, so they're insulated. But yeah. Yeah. Well, that's one thing. Not everybody has a shit pile of money that they can go spend $100 on a 20-foot guitar cable, which is what you would do if you bought a Mogami. We could probably look them up right now and see how much they go for on retail, and in comparison to a live wire cable. Let's do that. I'm gonna Google a 18-foot 6-inch Mogami guitar cable. Amazon, Sweetwater, Mogami's cables. Let's see. Best online instrument store. Let's go. Well, we'll go to Sweetwater. So we're at Sweetwater. Looking at Mogami instrument cables. Microphone cables. Yeah, of course I do a search for Mogami. Balanced cables. No, we don't want balanced. Oh, and make sure not to give me an instrument cable as a choice. There we go. I don't want balanced cables. Come on. Sweetwater. I love Sweetwater. Cable connectors, cable organizer, pedal board patch cable, guitar instrument cables. There we are. Availability. Brand. Mogami. Let's see. Mogami. 10-foot straight-ended guitar cable, Mogami brand, $67.95. A 10-foot right angle one end with a straight angle on the other, straight, non-angled. That's a 10-footer, $75. Let's see, an 18-foot instrument cable straight on both ends, which is what 99.9%. It's this cable right here, $80. So Mogamis are for, and they will break. Here's my point in saying that is that if this cable is plugged into an instrument and that instrument gets set down on the floor, and this cable hits the floor, this tip will break. And Mogami is not impervious to that. They're not made out of titanium or stainless steel, for that matter. So pretty expensive cables. This was a PV cable. Let's see. Yeah, this is a PV cable. Hang on. I did have some things for it. 20-foot instrument cable made by Wttb. It'll break just the same as a Mogami, just as easily as a Mogami, and has the same, basically the same ends on it, easily breakable. 21 bucks. Oh well, no, not, because the quality of this cable is not below Mogami. I've measured them. I know what the audio is. In either regard, Mogamis are just very, very expensive. It's like buying a pair of Abercrombie and Fitch jeans versus buying a pair of Levi's. In most cases, Levi's are probably better quality clothing, but because it says Abercrombie on the tag, they're far more expensive. Hello, Maggie. I'm just pointing out the facts. You say I think you said that Mogami cables are unbreakable or that they sound better, and I disagree big time on that. Right, Michael. And that's usually the case. When I get folks that bring cables in a lot of cases I found that it's not the cable that's broken. It's actually because the battery in an active pickup system went bad and they didn't realize it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. This Wttb cable had some really nice insulation. Well done. They used some good cable on that. Hey, nice. Speaking of pizza, I'm gonna have to go eat, so I'm gonna head home to get some lunch. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Oh yeah, yeah. They make less noise. Okay. I don't know. Don't apologize, man. Never apologize. Ever, ever, ever apologize. I think that was a Tom Petty line. Never apologize. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, don't think I haven't never broken a cable. I've had to fix my own. And in fact, what I do on my pedal board, I'm gonna go eat some lunch. I just want to finish up by saying this. I build almost all of my own cables, and that is more psychological than I think factual trusting of either Livewire or Mogami or anything like that, any other brands. Um, I just feel better knowing that I did the soldering work on it in my own living room or whatever, and so I feel better about that. And what I can tell you is that my pedal board, I think Justin's been at my house multiple times over the years, and I wonder if we've ever found a bad cable. I don't think so. Michael, yeah, I'm not a fan of the curly Q, Jimi Hendrix style cables. They just feel uncomfortable to me, but they work fine as long as they got a good end on them. So, all right, you guys, have a wonderful afternoon. Doc, thanks for your input on the Mogami cables. And you and Justin should talk, given the details that you're sharing about yourself. Justin has also worked in some very upper echelon levels of recording environments and live sound control environments. Pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, and Preston, they just do break. I don't care what brand it is. They can be busted. They all can be busted. And you know, for a live gigging musician, again, I've broken a lot of them, but you're in a pretty rough environment in a lot of cases, especially in the style of music that I do, heavy metal, thrashing around, jumping around on stage, producing a show versus standing there with an acoustic guitar, singing a beautiful country song and not moving at all. Yeah, you're probably not going to break a whole lot of cables doing that, but you still could easily take one step backwards and step on that cable and pull that end and break it off. So then it's always possible. Yeah. Hey, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. Be sure to go vote if you're here in the U.S. I'm not going to tell you which way to vote. Just vote. My uncle died for your right to vote. I have 2 uncles that died for your right to vote. So make sure you go do that in honor of the troops who fought for our freedom. And bless you all. Peace.